characters we play are people that were just born to be natural enemies. They're antagonistic because they're envious of each other's talents. So we're fighters, and we become a world champ. I become a world champ. He becomes a world champion, and then he wins one. I win one, and then something happens outside the ring, which really changes our life dramatically. And 30 years pass, and the opportunity to remedy, to rectify that this 30 lost years, our youth, our our dreams, our aspirations, and it starts to come together. And I don't want it. He wants it. Kim Basinger comes back into my life. He's my former girlfriend. Then you have this Kevin Hart, who's the hustler, and then Alan Arkin comes out of, as he says, the old age home again. So all these characters start reemerging, and that makes for an interesting premise.
So, on the surface, this film looks like a boxing film, but it's really not. It's
No.
more about all these relationships. Can you talk more about, like, Mr. De Niro, your relationship with your son?
Yeah, well, my son, I don't really have. It's complicated without giving away certain things. He's. I've had not much of a relationship with him. I have a restaurant. I have a car dealership, and so I managed to stay afloat. And he's kind of down and out and the purist or whatever, and he works in the steel mill, and we've had this. We've had two fights. He had the third fight we never had because I won one, he won one, and I felt he never really won. I was not in shape. It kind of makes me think of like the Rand thing.
No, and I think a lot of his had to do with guilt. Like he
Right.
realizes he shouldn't have done that.
Right.
And so that's eating at him too, because he's a better man than that. He's a better athlete than that. And one moment of weakness, maybe just to get back at me, just foolishness, has come back to haunt him. And now, like, how do you sort of clear the air a little bit? How do you make it a little bit better? And he does. He does a lot of rebuilding. But the last brick in the wall is he and I fixing that somehow. And that's what I think is really interesting, because everyone mends all the relationships are mended, but that one moment of man oh man oh, that's the last moment. That's the last pinnacle.
And can you talk about your relationship with Sally?
Yeah, I mean, she's you're the girl of the dreams. She's the best looking one in town. She was everything to me. And I kept thinking, what was her problem? She says, "Oh, I saw you with another person." I go, "Did you ask me? Did you come up and say, who are you with?" You just automatically assumed I was cheated, and you ran off and did something reckless.
Obviously, you both had to do some hard training for this film. Mr. De Niro, can you let us know what went into that training?
Well, I started working with Sylvester's guy, Bob Sal. He's great. He's worked with him for like 10 years or something. And he came to New York, and we would train as much as we could, and then he would give the choreography to him, and so we worked on it for a few months, and then we wound up going meeting in New Orleans, and we didn't really work together till we got there. We worked the things out. We started getting used to each other's rhythms and everything, and that's how it was. And he choreographed everything
Because of this separation on one coast as opposed to the other. And you have a matter of hours to try to sync this up. It's as though two lead ballet dancers don't dance together until opening night. You go, ooh, you're a little heavier than I thought. Oh, I didn't know you kicked that fast. You don't know what to expect. And I think it came together really well, considering it was hard.
And how was it working with Pete Siegel?
It was horrible. He's too nice. He's too talented. He knows what he wants. I hate people like that who are so judgmental. He lived and breathed this. I have to say, all of them, Michael and Billy Gerber, they were adamant. But Pete's the one that spent the most time with me. He kept And I kept saying, no, my part's not right, this is not right. And I was just deflecting it, and finally he calls, and a couple of studio people called, and I said, you're always going to be affiliated with fighting, no matter what. So it all worked.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's a great film.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.